recording correctly. We don't boop anymore. We don't need to boop. It was my one
Booped
job.
in a while. When was the last time we booped each other?
Be last year sometime, I think.
It was a long time. Feels like a long time.
I'm not going to explain to the listeners or watchers what that means.
No.
They can figure out
Watches.
what booping each other means.
Well, even viewers. Watches.
Watches.
The real fans will know what we mean.
Onlookers.
I like the watchers.
Witnesses.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
I'm going for new procedure at the end of next month.
A new procedure?
Yes, because the ketamine's not working as well. It's wearing off quite quickly. So we're looking at possibly electrocuting me.
Okay.
Right. I've often wanted to do that to you.
In the leg?
In the
Or
leg.
in the brain?
In the leg.
No, I thought
Valid
maybe they
question.
were going to try to kill some receptors or something, you know?
Get a bit of your brain that controls the leg. We're just going to get rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to try
Look,
and
I don't wanna
electrocute the nerves.
I mean, it sounds like they're trying some... They're like fucking gone 19th century at this point. have they?
Yes. They brought in this guy and said, yeah, they're going to try and electrocute the leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, are you a doctor? I have to
Well,
go
I'm
now.
doing white coats as buttons all the way up.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
good
To
thing is,
escape justice after the war.
there is one good thing. This is the last thing they're doing before I get my wish.
Yeah. I can understand why they don't want to grant you a wish without trying everything
One
first.
night with Natalie Portman.
No, my wish would be for more than one night.
One night. What
No,
a
one
waste of
night.
a wish.
They're
Yeah.
gonna grant that wish.
I didn't realize you were greedy. That's all. Sorry, my
I'm
bad.
sorry, no, if you got one night, if you got one wish and they were going to grant it, you'd go for more than one night.
Well, also,
Go for
like
the
in
weekend,
Aladdin, the genie's like,
getaway.
I can't make anyone fall in love. It's like, mate,
Don't
she doesn't
need
even
to.
love me. She just needs to consent.
Do you think that Make-A-Wish is like enforced, right? So if you were like, I want 3 nights, I'm just
The only
messing
thing
around with Natalie
the only
Portman,
thing you're not
they
allowed
call her
to
up and they
wish
go,
for is
nah, sorry, it's happened again.
yeah.
She's
be like,
sake.
she's got an ice pack on it.
Says to her husband, honey, I'm really sorry. These fucking kids.
No, there's another guy who was a kid in the 90s.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Have
I'm not
they
getting that wish.
tried to give you cannabis? Have you tried that?
I'm not a fan of it.
For pain, I mean, not just for recreation.
Nah,
Does
it's
not
for
work as
me.
a painkiller for you?
Nah,
Or you just won't? No, not interested.
No,
Just
not interested.
fucking shock me, mate.
shock me, cut it off.
That's you want it removed, right? That's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The leg.
can't you just Can't you just tell them that's what you want, or are you
I can.
willing to? You want? Okay, so you're willing to try some stuff though.
We
Yeah,
just go
cool.
in with no leg and
okay.
be like, sew this stump up now.
Just because you said it's your wish implied that like they're not. You haven't convinced them.
I could go. No, don't worry about the electric shock. Let's just go straight to that. But I'm still
Yeah,
willing
right.
to try things because
Yeah, no
it's
worries.
quite extreme and can also
Sure.
introduce its own problems.
Oh yeah, like phantom limb
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that's very interesting. Actually,
I want this to happen just so I can ask you firsthand to describe all of that shit to me when it starts to happen to you. I'll be very,
well, hopefully it
very
doesn't.
interested.
You're better than
In
my
you
sister.
as a scientific anomaly.
You're better than my sister who wants to keep
Thank
the
you.
leg.
No, just leave it at that. She wants to keep the leg.
She wants to keep the
Fuck
leg.
off. That is grim. That is
Yep.
grim.
To do what with it?
I have no idea, but she
Good
wants to
question.
keep it.
Maybe she wants a third leg. I can see why that would be handy. Chasing her
Footy?
kids
You mean
around.
footy? You could make an umbrella out of it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They do that with elephant foots, don't they?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
umbrella stand. Sorry,
What
that's
was-
what they make with elephant feet.
Yes. What was that Christmas movie where there was a leg lamp? I think it's just called Christmas Story or Christmas Movie.
Don't
You
know.
guys remember that?
Oh, there's a cat behind you, Luke. Don't panic.
This one has a collar now.
Oh,
The collar, actually.
Someone has learnt how to dig under the fence and get out.
right. Is it you?
Yeah, it is me. No, so now
I
she
see
has
the
a
pink.
collar.
I see the pink.
Yeah, there's a little bit of pink.
I saw it when you turned. Yeah, it's in the back.
Yeah. But yeah, she's been able to start digging out. So she's got a collar, so if she does get out, people will know she's not some Jippo cat.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say that, Luke.
What, cat?
Yeah. They prefer the term feline.
Feline.
Felis catus.
Yes. But yeah, she started to do that. So now, yeah, you've got that there. So she hates it. And also she got to chase some birds today, which she loved.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Well, you enjoy that too. So you can kind of go out together and
Chase some
Follow it.
birds. Yeah.
Well, I did have to chase the birds because I needed to get them out.
Luke chases them in his scooter, as we recall. Runs them down.
Fucking brutal.
2 galahs you took out, right?
Yep. And still just the pushing it off the handlebars as it looked at my eyes and screamed. I didn't do it on purpose.
I mean,
Yes.
you occasionally. Oh, look. I mean, you see roadkill on the highways here. And I know in rural places, you know, a room might try to get across the road in front of you and not make it.
Oh,
But
yeah, so you
I
get
believe
it every day.
I believe that happens a lot. Fucking Luke's just sounding more threatening than he means to be again. Matt, have you ever hit or nearly hit a deer? I hear that happens, and I know there's deer around your area.
I've bumped a deer. I was
Bumped
coming
deer.
home and it was
Fucking go, mate, go!
it was raining, and I was coming up our street, and there were a bunch of, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 deer were crossing the road as I came around the corner. And luckily I was going slow enough that I was able to put the brakes on, and because it was raining, I kind of slid a little bit, and I just bumped one, and it fell over.
And I didn't give up and give you a look.
And then I went to
Get
open
out
the
the
door.
car, mate.
Yeah,
I went to open the door, and then I luckily was like, hang on a minute, I'm on a fucking blind corner.
just
There's
go.
a bunch of deer here,
Go, yeah.
and
And
it's
they might
pissing
they're
down
gonna
with rain.
fucking bash me.
And then it just got up and walked off, and I was like, I'm sure
My
this
job's
is fine.
done. Yeah, what am I going to follow it into the woods?
Right, and just say, "You okay, mate? It's okay."
Yeah.
I just meanwhile,
movie
someone has just
or-
plowed into the back of my car because I'm just stopped in the road.
Yeah, or you get out to look after it, and suddenly you're run over as well.
Exactly.
Could you take
And then
care
that guy
of it?
gets out, and someone runs over him. And
I need
That's
to
a
know,
very
Matt,
good question, Luke.
Matt,
What
could
am
you
I going to
take care
do
of it
if it's injured?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I
Can't
don't
put it out.
do it either.
I'm not even a typical American. I can't even put it out of its misery. I don't. I'm Australian. I
yeah,
don't
what
have.
movie or book
a
or
gun on
video
me.
game is it where someone hits a deer and then has to go and kill it to stop it from screaming?
Yeah,
I think there's a few.
yeah. I think that's like a trope almost.
Not in Alan Wake, is
Yeah.
it?
Oh, could be.
Mm,
It's a very Alan Wake thing.
yeah,
Idea.
yeah.
But yeah, so that's happened. I think that's any time.
Well, it's like Mo Sislak says, you could kill a deer and that'd be like killing a beautiful man.
They're very beautiful. Covered in ticks, though.
Oh, are they?
Ugh.
Fucking animals.
Got to watch that.
Well, welcome to fucking 10 minutes in, not mentioning anything but fucking animals.
Yeah, not fucking animals. I didn't.
No.
Let's be clear. It wasn't a euphemism. I hit it with my car.
When you said you bumped a deer, I didn't think you I slowly entered it.
No, I said I bummed a deer.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's one for you. If you want to fuck any animal, what would it be?
Go to multiplenerdgasm.com and click on the poll.
Click on my poll.
Oh, I don't know what animal.
Incorrect.
Okay,
The
human.
answer is human.
Yes.
Human being.
I just before we get into anything else, I do have an update on our fitness discussions.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes.
We've talked in the past. Some listeners will remember this. Some witnesses will remember this.
It's about a year and a
That's a
half
good
ago.
name for the audience, by the way.
Yeah,
Witnesses.
the witnesses.
I think we should adopt that.
Yeah.
I think we've in the past on the show said
Yes.
we were going to try and get in shape and look like Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones: The Temple of Doom, and we've not done it.
No.
Yeah, and just to back up, there's two reasons for that specifically. Number one,
I think there's only one reason.
It's the best shape he's ever been in. But we also found out that he was our age, or only slightly younger. But when he was in that good shape,
since we found that out.
Yeah, that's right. But we were. I mean, it's fair enough that you look at some young dude who's in great shape, but when you're a 40-plus-year-old man.
Yeah, I think he was 42 at Temple of Doom.
Yeah,
and he's not like ridiculous.
There's no abs or anything. He's just in fucking fantastic physique.
Like we're never going to look like fucking Chris Hemsworth or fucking whatever, or The Rock. So it's more achievable. So we've talked about it before. Achievable. I'm sure some witnesses are laughing right now. We've talked about it before. We talked about it off show recently. I think last week, week before. And so I had a personal trainer.
And did you show him the picture and go, this?
No, it's a her. It's a lady. And I didn't mention that at first. I told her my friends and I have discussed, and I have to take photos again in 6 months. And so I've decided to cheat, and I'm going to pay you to tell me what to pick up and how many times to pick it up and what to do with it. And then, so I had the first session yesterday. So I'm a little bit sore today, but that's fine. That's how it works, right?
That's a good sign, right? Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
And so I'm lifting dumbbells and stuff and that. And she goes, "So do you have a goal weight in mind?" And she said, just out of curiosity. I said, no. And she goes, "Oh, okay."
Physique.
She said, "Oh, okay. So this is just general." I said, "Well, I mean, there's something, but it's a bit silly." So I was like, "I don't know what the fuck she's going to think if I tell her I want to look like Harrison Ford."
Because how old is it? I'm assuming this girl's like 25 or something, right?
I would say, probably maybe like 30-ish.
Okay.
I'm not good at that.
But not like, who I think's hot? Harrison Ford in the 80s.
No, not like my wife, for example, who thinks, this is ridiculous. She said, "What are you going to do about all this?"
That's right.
All right, thanks, honey.
Have you seen Harrison Ford now? I'd still have to lose a ton of weight to look like him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's ridiculous.
But she said, so I said to her, "Look, there's a Men's Health article that came out a little while ago about how Harrison Ford got in shape for the Indiana Jones, the Temple of Doom. You know that movie?" And she goes, "Oh, yeah." And I said, "Okay, well, that's the goal, is just that." And then she goes, "Okay, I don't really know what he looked like in that." And I was like, "That's fine."
Here's a picture I thought with
you. Know what? I shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have mentioned it. Let's just see what we can do.
Yeah.
And it really doesn't matter.
See this? Just better than this.
Yeah. I assume once I get in shape, I'll just look exactly like him, and we'll be fine.
Yeah. People will be Harrison. Oh, sorry, Matt.
Yeah. You're doing another Indiana Jones movie? I will happily do one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Shia LaBeouf is out. Matthew Hammer's in.
That's
New
right.
Indiana Jones. We were going to skew much younger, but we decided to skew just half as young.
Yeah. I mean, if I had my pick, am I going to play Indy or am I going to play a Nazi? Could be fun to play a villain in one of those.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Great Circle had fantastic Nazis in it.
Yeah, Voss was good. I could play Elon Musk. More on that later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, that's where the fitness stuff is at.
One day down.
It's coming soon, witnesses.
Yeah, I've got some news. I mean, I don't have a trainer, but I have been going to the gym.
So you know how to do that, I assume. I have no fucking idea how to do it.
Okay. Well, yes, and I do, but I do because when I was about 27, I joined Inside Fitness or Fitness First or one of them. And my personal trainer was a dude from Penrith.
Yeah.
And
someone showed you how to do things.
He showed me how to do it. And I've had two personal trainers since at various times who got me nothing and just didn't understand me at all. But this dude really did. So now, 25 years later, I'm just trying to remember what he did.
Just do what he said. Yeah.
I know some of the gyms now just have a circuit that they basically just point you on an arrow that you go around.
So I joined Planet Fitness, which is like the big one here. I think, did we talk about this already?
The lunch alarm.
And exactly. I think we talked about this the other week. And
I need that at my gym. There was a lunk the other day. dropping the fucking weights down.
Well, they have a guy who's like supposed to be, you have access to a trainer. And I said to him, what should I do? And he said, just go on this circuit thing and use the machines. And I was like, I don't know how.
Yeah. But also, I need someone there
doing
no, one more.
That's what I told Olivia, the trainer. I said, I need at home. So first of all, if I watch a YouTube video and I go, oh yeah, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'm doing it wrong. And as evidence from yesterday, I was doing stuff wrong.
Yeah.
When you do things, you need someone. She goes, no, use that muscle. And then she's like, yeah. And then you go, oh, okay, I get it.
It feels different. You're like, oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, and then also at home, it's pretty easy for me to go, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
I'll go for
it's more nuanced than that because you think, oh, I'm tired now. That must be my limit, right? So I've done it to failure, so that's perfect. Yeah. But then they're like, no.
Even the circuit, like the guy should have been saying like how many reps to do or something like that.
Yeah, time under tension or how to improve it over time.
Give a shit about that, I don't think.
Yeah.
He's just a gym guy. He just works there. So about 4 or 5 years ago, anyway, I think around during COVID, I went up a pant size for the first time in my life, right? I'd been a 28 since I was 14, and suddenly I was a 30, and I was like, this is grim, right? It was the first time I decided to live. And I thought that was as bad as it got, except that I've gone up a T-shirt size now.
Ooh.
And that, because I just... And when I brought... So I've gone up, and I came home, and I was wearing this T-shirt, and my wife goes... Oh, that one fits you. She's
been noticing for a while.
Yeah.
Just hasn't had the heart to tell you.
Yeah. So that.
Oh, good. You noticed.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. You know those things you think. I know I've gained weight, but at least only I know. But then someone else goes, "You're fat, mate." And you're like,
yeah. Well, last year I did lose some weight just by changing my diet, and then enough people commented on it that I was like, I guess it was quite. I guess it did get quite bad. Yeah. Like, oh, you're looking good. Like, was I not?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, sometimes it's a hard thing to say. By the way, you got fat.
Well, also, I assume that people know they got fat when they got fat. You know what I mean? Like,
well, some people don't.
Up to me. It creeps up on you, doesn't it? That's the thing.
It sneaks. Yeah, it does. Because, like, sometimes you look at fat people. I mean, admit it. Sometimes you look at fat people and go, I would have stopped before I got to that point. You know, like I'd have stopped on the cake, but maybe you don't. Maybe you don't know.
You eat a piece of cake and you go, well, it's the same.
The problem for me
I'll have another one.
Cake. The problem for me is this.
Yeah.
Well, I take another sip.
As he drinks one. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have that problem right now because it's 6:20 in the morning.
So that wouldn't stop me.
Well, I mean, it's 10:30 at night, and I want to get to sleep, so I'm not drinking either. But
it's a long weekend.
For me, it's sugar, and it is long weekend. It's
is it
invasion week?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
People attacked the Captain Cook statue.
Oh, did they?
Oh, did they?
Yes.
Good on them.
Are they moving that day? I see people.
They've been asking for decades about it, but but so far.
See, the problem is people get upset for about 3 days before, and then they get the long weekend, and then they forget about it for a year.
Do you know what I see more? I don't see much of this anymore because I'm obviously not in the country, but more than people complaining about having it on that day, I see people complaining about not having it on that day and saying, fuck you, I'm celebrating it on was it 25th? Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If you change it,
26th.
Dickheads are going to want to do it anyway. So
and I see more posts of people going, fuck you, I'll celebrate Australia when I want, mate. On a specific day that was not chosen by me.
Yeah, that's right. I will still paint the flag on my face on that day.
Yeah. I will force people to kiss the flag or whatever those fuckers do.
Oh, yeah, the Bondi riots, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cronulla
riots.
That's right.
I knew it was some...
Sorry, Bondi, I didn't mean to besmirch you.
Yeah, nothing like that had ever happened at you, Bondi. You're a city beach.
I haven't been to the beach in ages, I was thinking today.
I was at the beach the other week.
I have.
You
were at a nice beach, yeah.
I was. Well, this week is very not nerdy, but I'll say this. Australia has ruined beaches for me.
Yeah?
Because they were fine in Costa Rica, but they weren't Australian beaches.
Were they waves?
Beaches are very good.
Were there waves?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's just that the sand is not as nice. You know, it's just not. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
Australian beaches are very, very good. Like,
except for people.
There's a lot of it.
So many people.
They definitely ruin it.
Yeah, depends on where you go.
Now, every single person on the beach has a 2 meter by 2 meter easy up.
Sure.
Cabana. They all do. If you get to the beach, it's just fucking cabanas.
That's horrible. Yeah. I remember you used to go to the beach and there was nothing. Just put your towel down, you put your stuff next to it, and off you go.
Go get that skin cancer removed.
I go to a private beach now that you pay to go onto, so it keeps off those people.
Fancy.
I go to another country. I'm just kidding. I'm probably never do that again.
I just don't go.
I'll go to other countries. I just won't go to Costa Rica again, probably. I was going to go to Mexico later in the year. Might not do that now.
Yeah.
Because you might not be allowed back in.
There's been some changes in your country since we last spoke, Matt.
We might be doing some stuff to or in Mexico that they won't like. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't plan to go there just in case.
I mean, let's leave, the really political stuff out of it and just focus on the fact that he's going to rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. If it was only that, if there wasn't a wait in Mexico law or...
Well, and they're declaring the cartels terrorists, which means that they can
do
military stuff in the country. And it's like...
Not quite invade, but just...
Yeah. Well, they're not going to like it.
No.
Whatever they do, yeah.
Mexico is not going to like that.
It's going to be, under duress.
I don't know. But where I'm going to go, I'm going to Yucatan, which is
if you go,
very far away from
you. You want to look at rocks, don't you?
I want to look at rocks piled on top of each other into structures.
But just rock up with your Australian passport.
By aliens. That's a good idea, yeah. I can just say.
Everyone loves Australians.
Yeah. Except New Zealanders.
It's only because they get confused for Australians.
That's true.
I'll tell you one anecdote just about Costa Rica, right? So when we were... when we were there, obviously they speak Spanish, and we were getting Lyra to learn little Spanish phrases and stuff. So she would say hello to the staff at the resort and stuff. She would go hola, and then she would say gracias, when they bring stuff to the and then we got back, and Jenna was dropping her off at school, and she was trying to tell us something in the car, and Lyra wasn't listening. And then Jenna said to her, Lyra, hola, and then Lyra goes, "Who are you talking to?" And then Jenna goes,
"There's no Spanish people here."
She goes, "You." And Lyra goes, "I don't deliver food."
Oh my God.
She thinks it's a servant's language.
Yeah. And Jenna was like, "Oh, okay, we have to explain that somehow at some point that's not, That's not.
That reminds me of The Mummy, the one from the 90s, where the guy's just the mummy's going to kill him, so he's just praying in all the different languages. And when he starts speaking Hebrew, he's like, the language of the slaves.
Yes, misunderstood, or what that was.
That's good. That's a good misunderstanding.
Yes, like that time my niece. I said, Ariel is the only Disney princess who's not human. And she goes, yeah, and Pocahontas. And we're like,
What?
Because he says they're not human.
Yeah. They're not even human.
He does that movie, and that is probably confusing to children.
It's funny that Harper started being aware of what a human is. She'll use the word human now. It's very funny. She used a big word incorrectly the other day, but it was so cleverly incorrect that I knew exactly what she meant. So we're in the bathroom here, and the sun was setting outside, and the yellow light was pouring in through the window in like this really cinematic way. And she goes, "Look, Dad, imagination." And it's
that's cool.
That's wrong, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because anytime I've used that word, it's trying to conjure up some magical kind of thing. And that's what she was saying. Like, look, that's like real life magic.
That's nice.
But it was
I like
that. Imagination.
Yeah, that's quite clever to like to know the word.
It's a strange. It's a
She used one that got the feeling. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Nerdy stuff.
Nerdy stuff.
Okay, so not Michael Jackson molestation news. We'll leave that for now.
The after party. We'll do Elon in the after party.
How is there more?
Oh, there's more.
I thought we'd moved on from that.
All right. Switch 2. Switch 2.
Yeah, that's
like the Switch, Luke? That's
I like the Switch.
Non-controversial.
I like the idea of it.
You tolerate the Switch.
Yeah.
You have a Switch.
I have a Switch. I've used it like 3 times.
Yeah, it's a doorstop, but it's a nice little doorstop.
It's there.
Yeah, for a while, the Switch was my primary console.
I love mine, yeah. I got my Switch Lite that I just take with me everywhere now.
But what's happening with it? What's the new news?
Well, so we talked about Switch 2 got announced last week, and they had a cool video, some fun stuff, just some little details. We don't know any technical stuff. Not that it really matters with the Switch, because it's not about that. It's about the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But one technical point that is important, because Nintendo has fucked this up a lot in the past, the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible with Switch 1.
Okay.
Mostly. And it's not clear what that means. They said, and let me make sure I can... The wording was, certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. So we don't know what that means, but other than a few games, it sounds like it's going to be fine. I don't know why that would be the case.
Yeah.
Because I know that it's something that Xbox and PlayStation are really trying to do, have that backwards compatibility now.
Yeah, because Sony fucked that up too back in the day and learned a lesson.
But then also, I know a lot of people who complain about not having backwards compatibility, but then are you really going back and playing those old games?
I think it's more just about your library disappearing. You know, you want to be able to carry that over.
Yeah.
I think with the Xbox though, it's not. We don't even call it that anymore. Like backwards compatibility in a way, because with the Series X, the backwards compatibility was actually better than that, because it was like the games that I used to play on the 360, like say Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now it's fucking 60 frames, and it's like it's not backwards compatible. It's fucking better. Like we made them better, so that's what I want.
Yes.
It's like
yeah. I think that's why I keep saying like Microsoft is setting themselves up for the future. They really are.
It's funny though. Every time, so I listen to podcasts where they talk about Switch 2. It's just generally tech podcasts that are not game centric usually, and they always talk about PlayStation and the Switch, and then whatever Microsoft's doing.
Yeah,
and it's like,
what?
Yeah, it's just interesting to me that the Xbox
We're the
is
outliers, are we?
Apparently now, and I sort of don't get it, because they're buying sort of everything under the sun, and I think it's because Microsoft has sort of given up on the console war. PlayStation, I think, is fully sort of committed to it still, but Microsoft...
It's almost like they're two... There's like 3 separate things now, because the Nintendo's doing something completely different.
Yeah.
PlayStation's doing the PlayStation.
When was the last time Nintendo did a console? Like a...
Well, the Switch is the console now. Yeah.
But I mean...
The Wii U. The
Wii isn't even really a console. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it is, I guess, but it's a gimmick console.
That's not the thing. Nintendo's always been doing their own thing, but I think Microsoft, they're starting to focus more on PC and cloud gaming, and that's what they're doing, whereas Sony is still PlayStation. Yeah.
And look, apparently it's doing very well for them. It's just, I never realized... Well, it doesn't come up very often because I only talk to you guys. But that people didn't, to me, Xbox is the platform I play games on.
Yeah.
I have a PlayStation that
Mind you,
use
when
sometimes.
PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, I wouldn't have dreamed of getting anything else at that time. PlayStation was it.
Well, Xbox was... The first Xbox was good because once you modded it and it had a big fucking hard drive in it, like Dave's, it just had... all the games on it.
I still say the best console ever was the Dreamcast.
Yeah. Certainly the most misunderstood.
The most
wasted potential.
Fishing rod controller, as far as I know.
Basically, Sega just burnt everyone by releasing 3 consoles they released like 12 games on, and then just abandoned them. But buy this one, you'll really like it. I still got a Sega Saturn somewhere.
Oh, do you? You actually have one.
Nice. I want to get a Mega CD and 32X still, just to complete the set.
Oh, yeah.
So you can play Doom.
Actually, I can't play Doom back on those old consoles. They just
no, I wouldn't.
They were horrible and just wasn't right.
Basically, play Doom on PC or your Switch. Like, that's it.
Yeah. No,
so, speaking of Doom, right? There's some Doom news this week because they showed Dark Ages.
Good thing out of the developer direct,
and it looks cool.
Good, fill me in because I didn't.
But so it's like a prequel. It's about, and I was so confused that I have to do a deeper dive if I actually decide that I care about this. They said it's what the Doom guy was up to in the Middle Ages, right, or the Dark Ages, and I was like, wasn't he just some fucking dude on Mars in the future?
That was my understanding.
And then the article said that apparently there is Doom lore, and I guess they must have changed it for the new games because. Like maybe the new games are not actually. I thought when I played Doom 2016 or whenever that came out, I thought it was like you were still the guy from Doom
guy,
the old Doom.
Yeah, so
I guess not, because it doesn't make any sense. Because the story of Doom, the original game, as I understand it, is that you work on Mars, and then scientists open a portal to hell. Yeah, like apparently that's not
as you do. I don't know. It's just fun going around killing things.
And then when the new games came out, and it didn't make any sense.
When I was playing it,
when the new games came out and it didn't make any sense, I was like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. It was just a stupid story anyway. But apparently there is lore.
Did they ever explain who the second guy was on the box art? Because it's Doom guy in the foreground, and in the background there's another guy running towards it. But it's only the single player game.
I don't know.
There's no co-op.
But there was multiplayer though.
Yeah, there was
Doom 1. Oh no, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
I don't think so. Well, it doesn't matter. It didn't matter.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I'm not going to go look into the lore of the game. I'm just going to play the hell out of it.
It's not Alan Wake.
No,
Actually,
I will
or something like Super Mario, where they've been forced to make all these interconnected storylines because they've made so many fucking games now, and everyone
with no connection.
Yeah, but now everyone loves it, and they've got to work out who's who.
Like Super Mario Brothers 2 wasn't even a Mario game; it was some kind of like a Middle Eastern themed game, and then they were like, put Mario instead. They just swapped out the sprites.
Yeah, yes, sprite swap. I also think a lot of people probably don't realize that Mario is actually just a character from Donkey Kong.
Jumpman.
Yeah, it didn't have a name. Well, it wasn't named Mario. Certainly wasn't named Mario.
No.
I know we've talked about John T. Waluigi, whatever his fucking Jimmy T. Waluigi.
I did like. There was another game that I did have direct that I'm sort of looking forward to. That's at South of Midnight.
Oh yeah. That's that kind of Louisiana.
Yeah,
the big fish and the. Yeah, that was cool.
Yes, that does look good.
That looks fun, but the rest was, I don't know, it was sort of a bit boring. Unfortunately, I was actually hoping for. I was really hoping for them to announce Final Fantasy VII coming to Xbox, but
2025, and Luke's most anticipated game is Final Fantasy VII.
I'm dying to play that. But Sony just keep giving them more money to keep it an exclusive.
When did that come out? Final Fantasy VII.
Can you I was a teenager. Rent a fucking PS5 just for the weekend so you can play this
for Final Fantasy?
1997. So it's almost 30 years.
I love that game. I'm actually playing
I loved it too when I was 17.
Fuck yeah. I haven't played any games this week. I've been using my spare time for reading, which we can talk about shortly. But have you guys been playing stuff?
I have, actually. So I finished Indiana Jones, as we discussed, and then I gave up on 100%ing it because of the bugs. I'll maybe go back to that. And I was going to play Stalker because you said because you said you were going to do that. On. And then I was on my Xbox, and I was trying to install Stalker, and I needed to clean up some space. And then the Cyberpunk icon was there, and I was like, I didn't play Phantom Liberty yet. So I clicked it, and I started a new game, and you can skip to the start of Phantom Liberty, which just means You don't have to do the heist at the start of the game. Like Luke, I don't think Dan, you didn't really play
I've played
it,
the heist like the 3 times I've tried to get into the game. I've played that fucking heist.
So you skip that. You skip a bunch of the start stuff, and you end up. I think you start at like level 15 or something like that, and it just skips a good chunk at the beginning. And I was like, actually, that's pretty good because I've done that stuff so many times, like restarting, and then I just immediately was just like I fucking love this game. So I've just been doing that.
What's wrong with me?
I never got around to finishing that, but no, I've installed a game I want to play. Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh,
hey!
cool!
I was thinking about that this week too.
I've got that on there too. I should finish that.
Yeah, no, I've installed it. I haven't played it yet because I know that's something I'm going to have to sit down and commit to.
Yes,
I keep looking at that, and I keep looking at Elden Ring as well.
Oh yeah, Elden Ring. I tried.
Oh, you did try it?
Yeah, it's just how can you punish yourself by playing a Souls game?
Yeah, I know.
I beat the first big boss, I think. So I'm sure someone's gonna So I remember Witness Nate assisted me with some details regarding how to fucking get anywhere in this game. It's so hard. And then I got to a certain point where I beat a difficult fight, and then I went, "That's enough. I've achieved the goal."
Because you need to actually you can only fight like one enemy at a time. You need to study the bosses that you're fighting and all about dodging and timing. And I don't have time for that. I just want to run.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, okay.
And I saw these crazy people who go out and do like hitless runs. Have you heard
hitless runs?
Hitless runs, have gone through and played.
When he had a stomach bug,
gone through and played
I'm not putting that on a thumbnail. We will be banned immediately if I put that on a thumbnail.
There's a guy who's played through Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Elden Ring, all of them back to back, and no hit. Had not been hit once. And if he did get hit in one of the games, he'd go back and start at the first one.
I saw there was a girl that beat Elden Ring with playing with the dance pad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how. Because, like I said, the game
why?
It's not for me. It's just
I don't know. It just looks cool. The setting, feels
it's beautiful.
Really awesome.
Yeah.
But if they just made a bit more of a hack and slash,
right?
Yeah,
I'm all in. But
if you could do with
you just want 3D Diablo.
Yeah.
What's the Jedi Fallen Order where you could turn kind of that aspect of it off, where you lose all the experience, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That game was fun when I didn't have to worry about that crap.
Yeah.
If I could do that, I'd play it.
But no. But I'm probably not going to end up playing Baldur's Gate because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 comes out this week.
Oh, you didn't finish the first one, did you?
I did not get very far in the first one, but I know I would have liked it, except the combat was atrocious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that they fixed it.
Very complicated because they wanted to make it really realistic. Where blocking and dodging is what you would do more than actually slashing.
Yeah.
That game was so good. And I played it, and when I was playing it, I was like, this is so fucking good. But it's also just too fucking big. I didn't even get, you leave the town you're in and you go to that first city. I didn't get past that first city. There's just enough side quests in that city that when you've done heaps, you feel like you've played a whole game. I never even made it there. I just, the combat just was too clunky for me. That's why, if they fix that, you can avoid a lot of combat. You can avoid almost all of the combat in the game. No, I can't. Fair enough.
I played the start and I got into a fight with a guy who owed my dad money. And he just beat the shit out of me, and I was like, I don't know how to play this game. And then I went to jail and burnt to death. Right. And got an achievement for it. I did throw mud at someone's house, I think.
All those people die, all those houses burn down. Not a spoiler, it happens just after all the bits you've played.
Yeah, it didn't get that far. You have to tap X so you dig the grave for your dad. And his body's there and it's pouring rain and you dig in the grave. Yeah. Well, the sequel is coming. The sequel, I think they'll fix a lot of that stuff. Well, fix stuff for me to make it more accessible. Like if you look at the first Witcher to Witcher 3. Yeah. I completely agree. I put Witcher on going, I bet this is a great game, but I'm not going to
learn how to play it.
Yeah,
It is a great game, but
I played Witcher, but I played it a long time ago when it was like,
you had a lot of
when it
time
was like, oh, this is
games.
kind of new and you know, now it's like, oh, it's clunky, but it didn't feel clunky at the time because it was more advanced than the other clunky shit we had.
Yeah. And you got pictures.
Witcher 3 did that so well. Like it took away the barrier.
Witcher 2 was good as well, but I think
it didn't piss off the people who loved Witchers 1 and 2.
See, I say Witcher 2 is good. Maybe it's not now.
Witcher
Maybe
2,
if I went back to that now, I'd feel the same.
Load times on it were atrocious.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I tried to play that, if I remember. So I didn't finish that, but Witcher 3 we're spoilt these days.
Witcher 3 is fucking excellent.
Yeah. And we get Witcher 4 soon.
Met Idris Elba in Phantom Liberty. The start quest of Phantom Liberty is just fucking nuts. Like, I feel like, Luke, did you ever do it?
I did it. I did. I can't remember it though, but I need to go
with the fucking big mech thing.
Oh yes,
and
yep.
Fucking hell, man, so good. Like you get sucked into this. The fucking president's ship crashes, and you got to go get the president, and it's just like
Escape from LA.
Yeah, and it's like fucking non-stop. And then you're in this old facility where they've got old war machines, and there's like this big mech, and then the netrunner with you hacks the mech, but then something goes wrong and the mech goes crazy, and then you just have this big fight with the mech. It's sick. Like, it's so good.
That. I should go and finish that. I never finished
it.
It
does sound pretty good.
Never finished
it's just like it's like playing a movie. It's like really well done. Like I understand that, you know, it had problems at launch. I liked it anyway. But now they've just like, it's just so fucking incredible.
The annoying thing, I still go back to the annoying thing about their problems at launch. If they had have just gone, we're not releasing it on the old consoles, problem solved. They could have just put their resources into the new version. Like, even though we got bugs, they weren't the end of the world. They were playable. Yeah, and imagine if they had focused on that, would have been great.
And because they had to strip out like content and gameplay in order to focus on the bugs and stuff. Because now in the newer updates in Phantom Liberty, you know, like all the fixers, the guys you get jobs from, they have personalities and you can go talk to them. Whereas before they just send you text messages. Yeah. Now it's like it's more. It just feels more like a.
I kind of wish I had have waited to play it.
Yeah,
because I can't go back and play a game because unfortunately, because achievements ruin games.
Early ways forward. Yep.
So I can't go back and play it, but I've missed out on a lot.
Sure. Yeah, there's even more customization options. Oh, the clothing works differently now because when it launched, the clothing had stats, and so it was kind of like Disco Elysium, where you have to look ridiculous,
right,
because you need the stats.
Yeah.
So whereas now clothing is
things
completely unlinked from any statistical benefit, so you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah,
and your armor is still
and have your dick out.
You can have your P or your V out. In my case, it's a V. V's V.
I have a V.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're a
I played as a guy, and now I'm going to play as a lady.
I was considering starting Assassin's Creed Odyssey from the start and playing as the lady, just because
she's great.
The brother's a fuckwit.
And he just play Valhalla.
He can't go anywhere without getting fucked by dudes.
Maybe that's just the way you're playing him.
I'm just sending out some kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about games, we did mention Elon last week and his playing of games, and it turned out it's true. He did cheat, but he's claiming.
Well, he says everybody does it. So, if in order to be a top player in Path of Exile or Diablo 4, you have
to cheat and pay for.
Fair enough, but you said you weren't.
Yeah,
for a while. So, so he's paying other people to play for him, right? That's what everyone does, apparently. Well, is that how it works?
He's saying he hasn't done that, but he's buying stuff of other people. I don't know how that works.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. It's just...
I haven't played Path of Exile. I have played Diablo 4. And I thought he was saying all the best like players in other countries and around the world just have people level them up, right? That's how you get characters up to top level, is you just pay someone to do it.
Here you go. Regarding PoE 2,
that was your fucking job.
Was it your intention to take full credit for leveling up your character?
Right.
No, never claimed that. You claimed you were the best at the game and you were the first person to have your character there, but
it's, I guess, it's all
the top accounts in Diablo
from a certain
PoE,
point of view. Like if I say, I'm the fastest driver in the world and I've just paid McLaren $50 bajillion to build me a fucking car, like I'm not lying. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
But here's the thing: like, if that's how you want to play it, fine. If you don't want to do the early bits of the game because they're too hard, you want someone to level you up, so you just go around and fucking fine. But just don't tell everyone you're the best. Okay, fine. I'm busy as well, but I also don't go around trying to tell people I'm the fucking best at things.
Because it's like if I said, "Oh yeah, I'm playing Phantom Liberty." Oh well, this gentleman that I'm paying to get me to that level is playing Phantom Liberty, and then when he gets me to level 50,
then I'll take over.
I'll play a bit, and I'll talk about how I'm the best at it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird.
Like
it's very weird.
If it wasn't for him
sitting behind a chess master until he's made the second to last move and then go, "Wait,
there you go.
Let me."
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
But if he just didn't brag about how good he was, and no one would care.
Also, that way, that's just not how I want to play games. Like, is that how people play games? Like, is that what you want?
At a competitive level, I don't know.
I honestly don't think so. I think that the top players up at his level are probably playing the game, because the people who were reviewing his thing were going, like, just by watching him play, go, "No, he should be doing this or he's doing that." Like they know
they
the
didn't
game
know
back
enough
to
about
front.
it. Yeah. But also, no one has the money to pay people to play games for them except Elon Musk types. These other people are just people who have their job is to play games, so they don't have the time constraints that we do.
Yeah, like I don't want somebody to level me up.
No,
I want to do it. That's the point of playing the fucking game. Well, maybe we're just built different. He did also lie about D&D. So,
actually, I have some news about that.
Do you?
Oh.
There are D&D tournaments.
Oh no!
Like competitive tournaments.
Competitive tournaments.
Am I going to have to apologize?
You are going to have to apologize
publicly.
I don't know if he won one, but I forget who. I was reading an article.
I thought you were a lying cunt. Turns out you're not a liar.
In this case.
In this case.
Very specific case.
I was reading an article. I forget who it was. It was an article from the creator of Fallout. Like the original Fallout.
The guy with the YouTube channel?
Yes.
What's his name?
The guy
I know
the original Fallout has a YouTube channel?
He was actually talking about how he's trying to track down someone who won a D&D tournament back in the day by having this super powerful monk character. So what it was is they give like these people characters. So you build your own character, you get like 1 million experience points, and you can decide how to use it, and then you got to run through a gauntlet. So
right.
Okay.
All right.
So wasn't
so it's designed to kill you, basically. So
it's more of
like a last man standing.
It's not
type
more
thing.
of a D&D of like the story or anything. It's more about building your character and then fighting.
All right.
Yeah.
If that's true, I do apologize, Elon. I'm sorry, and I will go back to the book and just see if that fits with what was said, and then maybe I can continue the book now.
And not only that, Matt, I think if it turns out that he was completely right and you were completely wrong, you're going to have to buy a Tesla. You're going to have to become a Tesla owner.
But we do also have to say, Elon, you're still a cunt.
We've got some more Elon news. We'll probably keep it for the after party. He did some
probably
arguably
most Nazi news goes straight to the after party, doesn't it? As a rule.
Yeah.
I'll say this though: I saw a matte black Tesla the other day, and I was like, "Oh no, we don't have Cybertrucks."
No, they're not from Australia. They're not doing left-hand drive.
I've seen a bunch around here now.
Have you?
I still like them. I like them. I know.
I like them.
Do you know what I saw the other day? I think it was a reel on Instagram, but it was a Cybertruck that had just been graffitied.
Oh.
And I was like, it just looks fucking sick. Like it looks like it's in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, without it looks low poly. Like it looks like it's from some kind of sick PS1 game.
But yeah, it's just a photo of a video of someone walking through a parking lot, and there was a Cybertruck, and it just had like been all spray painted and graffiti and tagged and stuff. And I was just like, it just looks sick.
That's
like,
the future.
Well, that is the sort of fear you have with owning a Tesla at the moment. People graffitiing it and keying them,
especially right now. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of people like
more about
videos
that.
on YouTube where people just will see a Tesla and just key them.
But I mean, I'm kind of worried about that if I was to have a really nice car anyway. Like, I think there's a quota for me of like nice but still under the radar.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean we talk about more on the other way. The Tesla's been a bit weird because it's kind of flipped in a way. But we'll talk about that.
Yeah, but even fucking Top Gear, I can't remember anyone's name when I need to summon them up. Jeremy Clarkson, thank you.
Yes,
he said he sold his fucking Ferrari because people just kept spitting on it. Like, you see a Ferrari, fuck you. Like,
yeah, it's weird, right?
Never crossed my mind to do that.
No, I just take a photo.
I go and gawk at it. Yeah, yeah.
Like I sent you guys that one in Newport that I saw. I was like, oh, that's a fucking nice Ferrari. I'll send Leon and Luke a photo of it.
Yeah. And then you spat on it.
I did.
You know what I saw?
That wasn't spit, Luke.
I saw the Ferrari SUV.
Oh, yeah?
They're horrible. Didn't even know there was any in Australia. There's at least one. I've fucking seen it.
I see a lot of here is the Porsche.
The Porsche one?
SUV?
Yeah.
What?
They are hideous.
I don't understand why you, like, I don't know, maybe they're nice inside. I've never seen inside. But, like, if you're going to buy a Porsche, buy a 911. What are you doing?
It's people who, they're buying it for the status and the badge.
Sure.
Yes. Well, I guarantee who. It's guys who want a Porsche whose wife goes, no, we've got 3 kids. We're getting an SUV.
Yeah.
And he's like,
fine.
A Porsche SUV? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you should not do that. If you're going to buy a Porsche, buy a Porsche.
They're not cheap. Yeah. If you want one that's like affordable, you're getting one from like
that's what I mean.
Like
you're spending so much money on. I mean, in my opinion, we have an SUV. We have a Volkswagen Atlas, right? Which I think is very nice. I think it's very nice, and I don't know why you would need to spend more than that.
Yeah,
I think arguably we could have not spent that much on it. To be honest, to be frank,
but you don't have that Porsche badge.
Yeah, because here's the thing: any new car made after like 2020 is fucking nice. Like, they've all got touchscreen. They've all got everything. Even the shittest cars have the latest gear in them now. Just a new car is nice. You don't need the badge.
Oh. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to check on something.
I don't even have a car. I have a scooter.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah.
I have a very old scooter.
Oh yeah, I suppose it is quite old. It's the same one you've always had, right?
No, I got a new one.
Oh,
I've got a 3-wheel one now.
Oh, do you?
There's 2 wheels at the front and then one at the back, and I got it for a really good price. It's a super old model. It's like 2013.
Okay.
But it had only done 2,000 kilometers.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, there was like a little bit of a scuff mark. Evidently, like the person who had it, like they dropped it and then never rode it again.
Yeah, right.
And so I got it quite cheap
to get back on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's quite nice. And I'm never
moving. How is the 2-wheel one at the back, the reverse tricycle?
It's a reverse tricycle. And I can stop at lights and not have to put my feet down.
Oh, shit. Nice.
But nothing fancy on it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
No. Not like new bikes. New bikes, you get cruise control, automatic indicators, Bluetooth.
Really? Mm-hmm. Holy shit. I was about to say, what else could a motorbike have? But there you go.
They've got a lot these days.
Do you listen to stuff on your scooter?
Yeah. Yep. I just use my Google headphones.
Cool.
I did have speakers in my helmet for a while, but then I just went, no, you got to keep charging them and everything. So
you got
phones.
Yeah.
Oh, you just have your earbuds and then your helmet.
Yeah.
That cannot be legal.
Yeah, is that legal?
No way.
Are they going to check?
No way that's legal.
I got pulled over here once, right? I think I might have told this story before. I'd gone for a walk and I was driving like at the park up the road, and I was driving back just up the road. It's like 5 minutes. And I still had my AirPods in just because I'd been listening to a podcast or whatever.
Oh, I have them in on the way from the gym every time I come back.
Yeah, so I'm driving along, and the cop pulls me over, and I'm like, "What's this about?" And then he comes up, and he's
Did
like,
you say you're traveling and not driving?
I said, no, the cops are nice around here. And I said,
they're mostly nice.
He said, I pulled you over. I said, no, actually, I don't. And he said, oh, you're not allowed to drive with earphones in. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And I didn't question it at first.
Yeah.
Gave him my license stuff. He went back, presumably to give me a ticket. And then he came back like 5-10 minutes later, and he goes, actually, I checked, and you are allowed one in. So, and he goes, and I'll be honest, I didn't know whether you had one or two in, so I've just decided, let's just call it a day. Just be aware. Yeah.
That's
and
great.
I said, oh, thanks.
Yeah, but no, most cops, if you do something like that, they will more so give you a warning than
so many warnings.
Unless
I know that's white privilege, but like I get pulled over like literally for speeding.
Yeah, right.
Like, and they go, oh, don't do it again. It's just that's the opposite of what you see online.
Yeah, right.
Here.
Well,
cops in Australia want to fucking give you a ticket for speeding, but
for speeding, yes, but everything else you can sort of talk your way. But
my experience is that the cops here are way nicer.
What you see online though is people arguing with the cops the second they're there.
Yeah,
and
I don't do that.
Fucking, I can't watch those videos. I can't. You'll never believe what this woman says to this cop. I won't. I don't want to fucking hear it. And not because I'm some fucking fascist. I know people have problems with the police, but I'm just, you know.
Recently, I was driving through a town in Massachusetts I wasn't that familiar with, and I literally turned and drove up the wrong way up a one-way street. A cop stopped, like saw me, pulled me over, and I was like, well, I'm getting a ticket for sure.
Yeah.
And he said, what are you doing, mate? And I said, oh, my GPS told me to come up here. And he goes, oh, really? Well, don't do that again. See you later. And I was like, all right, thanks.
Yeah. There's this where I drive Harper to school every day down Victoria Road and back. But there's a bus lane. And so many dickheads just like wearing gridlock, and they're like, no one's thought to go in the bus lane.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. So there's this cop who just goes there every day. He sits just slightly into the corner of a side street.
Because they're not allowed to hide in Australia, are they? Here they can hide.
I think for that you could hide because there's cameras and stuff.
They're not hiding.
They're just
okay. Maybe I'm misremembering that. I thought the law said that you can't like
with the cameras. They can't hide the cameras. They've got to have signs up saying there's a camera coming up. But for a cop car,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
But also with the bus lanes, don't they have cameras everywhere for them as well?
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I got a ticket for a bus lane in Bath in England.
Oh,
like 6 months after I got back.
Yeah,
and it was,
right.
And it was like I got a letter that said it was like £85 or something for driving in the bus lane, and because it had been sent over from the UK, it had been sent to Europe Car where I rented the car, and they had photocopied it and sent it to me, and the date on it was like basically overdue by a week already when I got it, and the photo was just a blurry photocopied mess. And so it's like, other than pay this, what am I going to do? I can't even tell them that's me. Yeah, so I just paid it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just easier.
Because I would like to go back to England at some point. So.
Yeah.
All right, should we discuss something nerdy before we finish this week's podcast?
Before we go to the after party, because we're getting quite close to the end of the main show now, I've got to tell you about this book that I've been reading.
Okay.
You know when you start reading like book one of a series, almost exclusively in the science fiction or fantasy genres, and it just clicks with you so much, you're like, well, this is just what I do with my life now. I just read these books. Like the last time that happened to me, I think was when I read Dune, and I was like a third into the first book going, well, I've got to read all the fucking books now.
You don't.
Yeah, you do. It's happening to me right now with the books of the New Sun.
The New Sun.
Book of the New
Quite
Sun.
An old series.
Yeah, I think the first one was published in the 80s. Dark fantasy. Well, it's been described as science fiction masquerading as fantasy.
Interesting.
It's kind of set on Earth, but like a million years in the future, and the sun's starting to dim and all this stuff. And It's almost like one of those kind of so far in the future that we're now in a kind of new medieval-ish type of thing, but there's still some technology and a little bit of magic. I guess it probably falls into the category of grimdark as well. Like it's pretty fucking bleak, just bleak fantasy. But it's just got me, just fucking hooked me, and I've already bought the next 2 books. Yeah, that's all I've been doing. Just my spare time is just picking this book up. Yeah,
right. I've been reading the Expanse books, but I've been reading those for a while. So,
well, I'll be reading this for a while.
Yep.
When you're done, the Expanse is very good.
Yeah. Fuck, I never finished the series, actually.
It's funny, the books, in some ways, I think the series is way better than the books. And in other ways, I think the books are better. And I think it depends on whether I like a character or not. Because the books, the show has more stuff in it. And particularly some characters are expanded. Whereas when I read the book, I was like, oh, good, I don't have to read any of that crap that I don't care about.
Yeah.
But then it's also missing some stuff that I liked from the show for the same reasons.
Which is sort of strange. Normally you sort of like one over the other, but sort of weird that you're sort of finding both.
They're both good. Yeah.
Oh, that rarely happens. But when that happens, that's awesome.
It's both worlds.
There's one, particularly the 4th book. I enjoyed the book way more than I enjoyed that season of the show.
Okay. Speaking of that, just before we end, so this is also The Expanse. So they're now looking at pulling that from like UK streaming services again. So there's a big talk about how physical media is the best media again because people are just losing access to stuff again. And
I've been seeing that a lot. Like the 4K, Blu-rays are where you should be getting your stuff because that will be in your house. Yeah, they can't take it away from you.
I forgot you could still buy things on Blu-ray.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I've not even. I mean, I know. As soon as you said, I'm like, of course you can. But like, I just never think about it like that.
I mean, I think most people don't even buy anything like that anymore. They just stream shit on Netflix, right?
Yeah, and occasionally rent a movie. I think from Netflix, or not Netflix don't do, but
Prime
from
or
Amazon or whatever.
Prime is Amazon.
I still buy
Apple.
movies on Xbox every now and again, but I know I'm not actually buying them.
I've stopped buying them on digital
because you don't actually own them.
Yeah, I am skeptical of it now. So,
and I'm also interested to know, like, because I think it started with the whole MythBusters thing, so people lost purchase it. If they get the rights again in the future, do they have it again, or do they have to buy it again?
And you know what it is too? It's not so much that I would buy them. I think if it was permanent, but the problem is when I buy a movie, right? Generally speaking, I will buy a movie. I go, I like that movie. I will want to watch that at some point. So I will buy it and then I will have it in my collection.
Yes.
Except now, I don't. It's like, well, why would I buy that? I don't even know if it's going to be there when I want to watch it.
Yep.
So they've burnt me on that now.
And I think was it Europe that brought in the thing like they have to make it a bit clearer that you're not buying it. But that's not really fixing the issue.
No, it just means I know not to do it now.
Yeah.
unless I'm going to watch it right now, I won't do it because, like I said, literally next week it could be gone. Probably not within a week.
Probably not. This is the exact reverse of the conversation that because we abandoned physical media the quickest out of anyone. We were early adopters of
the digital is so convenient until it isn't.
Well, there'd be times where I would have the DVD sitting there, but I'd sort of sail away to get a different copy of it, so I didn't have to get up and get the disc out because it was just easier.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know why I did mention this earlier. Just on the subject of sailing away, I sailed away at some point, and then last night rewatched Dial of Destiny.
Oh, how was it?
Still pretty good.
Yeah.
The opening CGI with his face is way worse than I remembered from in the theater. I wonder if it just didn't look as clear at the theater or something. Yeah, I was watching last night. I was watching. I was like, "Fuck, that's distracting."
Could it be the fact you sailed away for it, or?
I mean, it was a 4K copy of it. Yeah, okay. 4K copy. It was very crisp. I think that's the problem is that it was too crisp. And I was very aware of his old man voice.
Oh, yeah.
In a way that I wasn't. I think I was kind of just like enamored with it when I saw it at the movies. This time when he talks, go fucking Nazis, I'm like, oh my God, that's old Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
With a young face. CGI'd on him.
Because I've only seen it saw it in the movies.
Yeah, me too.
It's good. It's just,
did you guys see that Kraven the Hunter? I know you're not going to watch it, Matt, but I probably will watch it at some point.
I will not watch it.
Oh, watch
have
it
you
if it
seen
comes to streaming?
People notice something really, really shit in it, and by all accounts, it's not good. But there's one part where I guess they went back in and had to redo something where it's a still image, a still of the woman with a mouth saying the line superimposed on.
No.
Watch it right now. Click through.
What?
Oh my God.
They thought they could get away with that.
That's atrocious.
That's in a movie. That's in a Hollywood movie.
No.
They made her blink like an Ewok.
Because otherwise it wouldn't be realistic.
That's very strange. That reminds me of, I watched a great video about, is it that Madam Web movie?
Oh, yeah.
Is it the one with Dakota Johnson, whatever her name is?
Tons of stuff in.
Yeah, and it was like, this guy did this whole deep dive. He said, like, I don't know why I've put so much time into this, but it was just like, that movie has so many weird things like this.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to piece together, what the fuck happened?
He's like, they've completely changed the storyline in post by removing, something's been removed.
And whenever they talk about this MacGuffin or this particular thing, there's literally nobody's mouth is moving,
face.
And you can tell that thing did not exist in the movie originally.
Yeah,
and whenever someone mentions it, it cuts away, and then they go, "The thing."
Isn't there also something doing some relationship where he's like, "Because I'm your brother," and then, like every time that's mentioned, is also no one's face,
nobody's mouth. Exactly. Because otherwise,
we've got to make these brothers, or people are going to wonder why they're not sleeping together.
Sony just don't care anymore, do they?
It's super weird.
Yeah.
I mean, if they get... this reminds... I guess, like, when we were in Suicide Squad, they said they didn't like it, and they were just like, "I'll just pay someone else to make another movie out of this movie that we don't think is very good."
Yeah.
It's almost like that. Like, but just with all of these, they're doing it now.
Yeah. But, like, let's not forget, like, remember when Spider-Man came out? Like, they were on fucking fire.
Yeah, the Sam Raimi ones?
Yeah. Like the 2000s ones. I thought movies couldn't get better than that when Spider-Man 2 came out.
Spider-Man 2 is very good.
Fucking Tobey Maguire was not Tobey. So I can... What's it? Yeah, I've jumped the shark. The... Tom
Holland?
Tom Holland was on TV or something. And I said something about being Spider-Man. I said, yeah, I relate to Spider-Man. And Quay just goes, "That's not the Spider-Man you'd be."
No, you've been involved with a bad back.
the one from the Spider-Verse.
No, she didn't even say that. She just said, like, out of all the Spideys, like, I'm Tobey Maguire. And I was like, look, I like him and he's actually my Spider-Man, but I'm still offended that you think I'm the Tobey Maguire of the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfields, and Tom Holland.
I definitely don't think any of us are the Tom Holland.
No.
I like Tom Holland. I listened to him on a podcast talking about his non-alcoholic beer company, Bureau.
Yeah.
Because he said
he's an alcoholic.
Didn't want to drink anymore.
Yeah.
And then, but also wanted to have fun at parties or whatever. And I was, go to the pub. That was it. Yeah. He said, I want to have something to drink when I'm there. So, which, I mean, that does exist already. He didn't have to.
Yeah.
But I can see why that would appeal to him.
Why he was,
and no one buys it.
I buy it. I also drink normal beer too.
I just can't imagine going into a pub and buying a non-alcoholic beer on tap.
So my problem is, and you've both experienced this, is when I go out, I nervously drink way too much and get way too drunk too quickly. You've both experienced
bottles at cabs.
Amongst other things. And so what I do now, particularly like if I go to a wedding, I did this at a wedding last year, is that I will kind of go one for one. Yep. I'll get like a normal beer or whatever, and I'll get a non-alcoholic beer as well.
Okay.
I just want to make it perfectly clear. If you're drinking with a woman, you have to tell her that that's what you're doing.
Wait, what?
You can't pretend to get drunk while she's getting drunk. I just want to make that perfectly clear that what you're describing is
that's what I was doing.
No, but I just know that that's a thing that those kind of guys do, right?
Is it?
Oh,
that sucks.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I have heard of those stories where they'll also like even buy a drink and then they'll go, "Oh, give us a shot of vodka in there as well," and
right,
trying to get her drunk as quickly as possible.
I see what you're saying. So I'll get myself a cheeky little athletic brewing,
and
I'll get her
and you're going, go on,
have a tequila or something.
Yeah, pour some Jaeger into that beer.
I will not be doing that. Let's be very clear.
So I said it in a way. I didn't mean to.
I don't know what Dan's accusing me of.
You were doing.
My lawyer has advised me to leave this show immediately.
It was more for the listeners to know that that's not what we were saying. We're not saying.
Yeah. I don't think that's what he was saying.
I know, but that's why. I'm agreeing with him.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's not. I'm saying he's not date raping.
I know what it is.
I've already got her drunk and convinced her to marry me. I'm good.
You have a daughter now. You're just preparing for the future. What you need to prepare her for to explain to her.
Yes, yeah,
sure.
I'm hypersensitive to it now.
Kids don't drink very much these days. That's the other thing I learned.
Oh, really?
Kids
come to Australia.
Certainly not the way we used to.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
you live in. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been told this. This is
well,
not
they smoke more over there,
don't go the places kids would drink even if they were. But
I think they smoke a lot more over there now.
Yeah, they vape.
Yeah.
THC.
Yeah, the young ones vape here too.
Yeah, but they can do it legally with THC.
Oh. In some states, yeah.
Not on the street, though, even if it's...
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's completely legal.
You can smoke. You can smoke a joint on the street if you want to.
Yeah, right.
Some states, not all
some
states.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So, is this the after party? Did we already move over?
No, but now that you mentioned it, the after party is
drug talk should be the
after the show.
We can head over there.
They're talk some more about it. Then go to multiplenerdgasm.com, click on the link to the Patreon, or go to patreon.com/multiplenerdgasm. You can sign up for free and get the episodes in your inbox every week. Get the video and the audio show. Or you can pay us $1 a month. You get the show early and get some bonus stuff. And then for $5 a month, you get the after party, which is where we're going right now. It's very exclusive and very sexy.
Bye, everyone.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.